What's happening, Hardscapers? This is the first week of my 2022 season and I am sick, and it has been a rough start to this season with no employees, just me, myself, but I've scheduled my easiest jobs at the beginning of this season to start out. I'm not going to talk too much during this episode. I wanted to start a vlog series of my season, and it started out a little bit rough with me being sick to start the season and just not being able to talk so well. So a lot of more visuals of this job. So let's get into this. So I've waited until the final day when I've got a little bit of a voice here to talk about what we're doing on this project. Essentially, this is a lift and relay. I like to schedule lift and relays at the beginning and the end of my season, if at all possible. And this one, we lifted the stones, we pressure washed them to get them nice and clean, get that surface grime out, and then stack them on pallets off to the side. And then we're scraping down a little bit so that we can get our gator base in on the existing base and then build up from there. So we go non-woven geotextile, we do a layer of HPB followed by our gator base. And then we can start laying our border. Typically for lift and relays, the client wants to either extend the area or there's some cut pieces that are going to end up getting thrown out. So we'll introduce a border stone, which allows us to save more of the stones that were used in the field to then extend into certain areas, which we're doing on this project. So we have a little pad for their barbecue, as well as extending out past this concrete area that they had beyond the patio. Now this border stone is not the same. It contrasts in terms of the texture as well as the color, but it's also a little bit thicker. So what we need to do in this case is lay the border stone, and then in the inside where we're going to relay the stones that we lifted, we need to raise that with a little bit of concrete sand. So I put a string line from the border at the driveway entrance down to the opposing end of the borders after screeding and getting my levels right. And this just represents an area that I can then take my 8-foot level and just scrape screed across this, because it's really only like a 1/4 of an inch that we need in this, and we do not have 1/4 inch screed bars. We've only got our 3/4 inch or 1 inch outside diameter. So that's how we go with this. And essentially it's just a matter of laying from that point on to get this wrapped up. Now this project's not completely wrapped up. As you can see, we've got some outside pieces that we're going to actually extend the border a little bit, because we do have some leftover pieces still, which is good, so we can get it to the next full stone and just get our edge restraint in, install our polymeric sand, and that'll be our first job wrapped up. It is nice to have a small little job to start the season, but projects like this and using Gator Base has really allowed me to be a one-man show when I need to be. I do have an employee coming back in June, which I'm excited about getting, but I am looking for at least one more to help me out, just so I'm not that one-man show. I did miss about a half a day on this project because my compactor wasn't actually starting after sitting all winter, and that's all fixed. I can now pick that up from the store, but that took me a full half day to try to figure out where I can get a rental, where I can get this fixed close to me, and that was a little bit of an issue. But half a day loss, as well as just being sick and not being the full most energy that I usually have to get this project done, really set me back a little bit. But I did budget 6 days for this project. This is day 4, and we've got 2 more days to wrap up some little small things, cuts, the edge restraint, and polymeric sand. So a good estimation on this when it comes to my job costing, when I can actually look at this at the end. And I do recommend everybody do a job costing analysis on every job that they do, see what went right, see what went wrong, see why, and how you can improve going forward. For example, for me, I want to make sure I know now where I can get my compactor fixed, any place that I'll be working in. I do span a very large area for my business, and that's not always a great thing to do, because it's difficult when you get into a situation like that to try to find out where you're going to take your compactor to get it fixed, or your equipment, or whatever it might be. But job costing is incredibly important. If you enjoy these vlog series, it really helps me if you give it a like, a comment below, anything that you enjoyed, anything that you want to see more about from my business and the projects that we're going to be doing in these vlog series. I will be doing more face-to-face on the job site. It's just right now my throat, I just can't handle this much talking. So this is the minimal amount that you're going to get in this one. But moving forward, there'll be more explanations about what I'm doing on each and every day on the job site and why I'm doing it. Give this video a like, subscribe if you want more hardscaping content, and thank you so much for watching.